Right then, welcome to another edition of Talk of the Lane. I'm here with Paul and Gav. How you doing, guys?
All right, but not in football terms. But,
been better in football terms, isn't it?
So we started the weekend on a real high note. We was at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for the boxing, which was a great night. It showed us what a great stadium we have, what a great club we have. And then on the very next day, less than 24 hours later, it showed us the very worst of our club.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Usyk put the best performance at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium I've seen so far, man. Not even exaggerating.
So AJ had a bad 45 minutes, and then the next day at the Emirates, we had one of the worst 45 minutes I've ever seen in North London derby.
Yeah, it was pathetic. When you think there was nothing, no heart, no passion, it was awful. And the worst thing, that's the worst Arsenal side probably since the Premiership started. And imagine if he was against one of the better Arsenal teams, we'd have probably been 6-0.
Yeah.
At one point, I thought it was going to get that bad. Literally, every time they came forward, they looked like scoring. They looked so dangerous.
Yeah, you have to give them their credit. On the day, they did look like they were playing well, even though we were playing that bad. I know what you're saying, like we made them look, but you can only play with what you're playing against. You can only beat the side that you're up against. So you got to give them that bit of credit. But yeah, we were terrible. I think when Skip come on, that released Holberg and let Holberg go actually into the central midfield because Souness was getting onto him, wasn't it, saying that he was holding hands with the centre backs for all the first half. So
yeah,
we did look like we improved a little bit, but it wasn't good enough start to finish.
But do you think they took their foot off the gas at their 3-0 up?
Yeah,
definitely, yeah.
Definitely.
Same again.
We need to score. They've done their job. Did we ever really look like scoring?
Nah, couple chances here and there, but nothing good and nothing was good enough to show.
Even our near misses, like Harry had one or two from distance. Lucas had the crossbar from distance again. We didn't create anything proper.
But then, if you think about it, have we created anything proper all season?
Nah, there's all them stats going around, isn't there? Like where we are in league in terms of shots, in terms of chances created. We're at 19th, 18th, 20th on every single stat that's been shown in terms of an attacking force.
Yeah. They showed it during the Arsenal game. I think we were 19th and 20th in everything.
It's crazy.
Literally in everything. So even distance running. I know we don't really press that much now, but you think like last year a couple of years back under Poch, we were first and second in top, literally everything. Yeah,
us and Liverpool were top in everything then.
Well, that's like you said. That's the past. It's what do you summarize from the first? What is this? 7-8 games or 6 in the 9 games we played? 6 in the league, 2 in Europe, I think, a couple in Europe, and then even the cup last week.
Even Wolves,
That's no penalties. You know what I mean? If you take who have we actually beat convincingly this season, if you take away that team we played at White Hart Lane in Europe, no one.
Yeah.
There's no
I think Man City was a good performance. Let's not take anything away from that.
No, that was the first game of the season on a high. Yeah. But I just said, who have we beaten convincingly?
I mean, we should have won that 2, possibly 3 on a good day. We did play well that day, but since then, I don't think we played well.
City had some chances as well. There's not one game I've come away from thinking, that was a nice, apart from that
even Wolves away when we won, we should have lost that. They outplayed us for most of the game.
Played good football. They were unlucky. So
yeah,
you've got to start looking now. That's why when you said earlier in our group, we're top 6. I can't see why we should be a top 6 team.
In terms of squad, though, we should be competing for top 6, 7, right?
But Paul, you say squad. Like I said, take away Kane, Son, and Lloris. Who in our team would you say is quality that other top 6 would really want?
On their day, people like Højbjerg probably would get in a few squads.
On their day, I could have made it semi-pro on their day. You can't look at football like that. You've got to, you know what I mean? Like everyone says Dele's day. When was Dele's last?
2017, wasn't it? Yeah.
That's how you got to look at it.
Dele is a good player. Gio's a good player. Tanguy Ndombele is a good player. Like Romero is a good player. Like the Argentine internationals, French internationals, England internationals. Do you know what I mean? They're not bad players.
That's on paper, Paul. Let's be honest. What has Lo Celso honestly done since he's come? Tell me where he's gone 4 games in a row and be like, oh,
he's won the Copa, isn't he?
For Argentina, yeah. Other than that,
you know what I mean?
You know what I'm trying to say, Ross? Where is?
Yeah.
I was thinking the other day. I know we're going back. I looked at Poch's side. Even though people hated Trippier, he was a respected international. Has gone on to Atletico Madrid. People hated Rose. You knew what you was getting from Rose. Toby of the Tottenham were in their prime, great centre backs. We had Musa and Dembele. We took him for granted. Now when I look back, Musa on a bad day was better than half of these players. Like, you know what I'm trying to say. Like,
yeah, but Musa or Ndombele, come on. Like, if we're being honest, Ndombele is a baller. He's a better player.
But he's got no fitness.
He hasn't got no fitness. That's true. He can't do 90 minutes.
This is the Premier League. It's not happening for Marshes. Well, you know what I mean? You just turn up and let the ball, you know what I'm trying to say?
Trot around, do a few flicks here and there and trot around.
You use Simona Eriksson, Rob. You'd love to see him back now.
I admit, you know, when they say you don't know what you got till it's gone.
Yeah.
We took that team for granted. That 2016, 17, 18 team, we took that for granted. Like, I kept saying about Eriksson, but yeah, Eriksson would, in our side now, be shining right now. Because it was just there. It's because we were on that peak of going that little extra step further. Now we've dropped so far where it's sort of like, we really didn't know how good we had it.
It's what Gap's saying though. The forward line isn't that bad for us, but the midfield now, we've gone from the proper Dembele and Eriksson pulling the strings in the midfield to now we've got sometimes Dyer, sometimes Ndombele, sometimes Skip, sometimes Gio. No one's staking the claim. No one's playing, like you say, week in, week out, quality football.
Yeah.
And that's where we're struggling.
You know, I find it a bit worrying as well with, I heard Ledley after the game saying that in respect to Dele Alli, he said he's finding it hard to fit in the side and we're trying to fit him in the side. I find that really worrying because I haven't been the biggest fan of Dele over the years. And I remember Paul used to hate it when I'd be like, he needs to be subbed off. Why is Poch not like, he's playing him every minute of every game, even though we're performing. So when they're saying that another club would have shipped Dele out by now, they wouldn't have let him play 3 years like this. And we try and fit him in, even though he's not in form. I don't get, that's a bit worrying for me.
The thing is, the reason why they want to play him because obviously his age and, you know what I mean? And what he's done in the past. But the last 2.5 seasons, 3 seasons, he's been shocking.
But is this the player then, or is this the management? Is this the style of football? Because if Dele went United, if Dele went City, he'd be a player again.
But even under Poch, there was times you'd watch him. He got the statistics right. His stats were great because he had Eriksson with his deliveries. But when you sometimes watch him in a 90 minutes game, he'd just go missing too much. You know what I mean? It just wouldn't get involved. And now it shows even more because we need him creativity. Like, even when you watch him sometimes, he just stands near another defender, like trying to be marked. Look, like,
but it's hard for him now because his game isn't to come in and dominate the game like an Eriksson used to. His game is to do them tricks and flicks and just get in and around the box and finish off half chances. That's what he always used to do for us. But like you said, we had someone pulling the strings in the middle. Now we haven't. He's got no one to play off. He's got nothing to do. So he just walks around aimlessly.
Then that's when we might need to change formation. Like, obviously, Nuno is still, for me, I'll still give him his time. It's still early. He doesn't know the squad yet. He doesn't know his best formation. Like, I can't say out. I always give a manager at least past Christmas, even a season. I've got, like, obviously different if we're 17th by Christmas, and that's a different story.
Be careful what you wish for.
No, but no, we won't be that bad. But just give him time. Like him at Wolves, he played that 3 at the back and the 5-3-2. You know what I mean, with the wing back. Yeah. I think he wants to implement that with us, but I just can't. He hasn't had time yet. Really?
Yeah, like Reggie can play that role on the left, definitely. Doherty can play that role.
Now, I think Emerson, obviously, he will play the role on the right wing back one. So
yeah, he looked okay in the other European
having 3 centre backs would probably shore us up a bit more at the back, and that would probably give Ndombele more freedom in the middle.
But even who's our 3 centre backs apart from Romero? Who's solid? Sanchez is dodgy. Dyer is dodgy. Tanganga's dodgy.
Tanganga's still young. You just go Dyer, Sanchez, Romero. Like, just them three.
But like you say, we've gone from Toby and Vertonghen to like shaky people, isn't it? People you can't put your house on.
I can't believe we got rid of Vertonghen when he went to the Euros last year. I just don't get that.
Well, we sold Toby in the summer for what? 3 million, 4 million?
Yeah, but I think he wanted to go. But Vertonghen didn't want to leave.
Yeah, but Toby wanted to go the season before. We didn't sell him. We could have kept him one more year to bring the team on a bit, couldn't we, I think?
But, Levy's clear out and that. So, yeah, it's just going to be interesting next few games and next few weeks.
So what are your hopes now for the season after seeing the opening and how we performed on what we've done so far?
Go on, Ross. What do you think?
I'm still a bit confused as to why Levy come out at the start of the season. He gave us that big talk about how we're going to go back to Tottenham, the attacking, the possession base, the free flowing, the way that Tottenham apparently play, the Tottenham way, that kind of thing. And then now it seems as if we're just playing so defensive, so it's just like same again kind of thing. Surely Nuno, do you think, as you said, you think he might go 3-5-2, but is he going to go 3-5-2 and be like boring, dull football, or is he going to do they actually believe they're going to deliver what Levy said, or was it just all talk?
It's never going to be a 3, is it? It's always going to be a 5. With Nuno.
No, you know what I mean? 3-5-2, 3-5-3-2.
But it's going to be a defensive 5, man.
Yeah, but it seems really strange to me that Levy. I see it on Twitter the other day, like the actual video where he was saying it, and it just seems really funny how can you say that?
How much longer before the appointment of Nuno did he say that? Because I'm just wondering, did he say that with another manager in mind, and then that all went pear-shaped, and then we got Nuno?
I don't know. Yeah, no, I think it was around. It weren't just before. It weren't too long before. Yeah. But he had the opportunities to have the managers. He had the opportunities to have managers come in because I think it was Fonseca done an interview recently saying that he was planning pre-season. Everything was going well as if he was going to take over. And then they just dropped the ball on him and said, no, it's not happening now.
Did we ever really want Fonseca? I didn't, personally.
No, but didn't that fall through for another reason, though? For like...
Fonseca said it in a way that it was like not a surprise, but there was like he was ready to come and he was ready to come. Like, and he was planning.
An issue like some visa, not visa. I don't know what it was. Something come up like on his check or I don't know.
His taxes or something. When it's something to do with the tax or something like that.
Yeah, but we can't go on like we missed the gem. Fonseca's hardly like.
No, I'm not.
Want to talk about Conte? Fair enough. We missed a good manager there. Ten Hag, we missed a good manager. Poch, but like Fonseca, really.
But then,
no, but I mean, it's the style. The style, like, it's worrying me that sort of like we went to the Emirates and we didn't even.
I don't even know what our style
that's
was.
What. No, but this. No, but the style was there was no. How can I say there was no
nothing. They were just holes, man. They were just walking down the middle of the pitch.
I'm actually lost for words because there was no style. There was no implement of play. There was no game plan. It seemed as if
Arsenal had scored before that. Arsenal scored 2 goals in 5 games against us. They scored 3 in half an hour.
But you know what makes me worse as well?
What's that about?
It was so bad that it didn't even hurt. You know, like
you couldn't get angry about it.
Yeah, because it was like, what can you get angry at? Like, you know, like someone's knocked you out and it still punches you. You can't feel nothing. It just felt after a while. I was like,
I'll tell you what hurt more. Do you want to know what hurt more? I was watching the game downstairs, and my partner come down. And she went, 3 goals. And that killed me. I felt like saying, are you kidding me? Like, just go back upstairs. What do you mean? Like, the way she said it was like, as if she's a bit happy about it. That threw me more than Aubameyang sliding on his knees and all sorts. It's strange. But yeah.
I don't think we expect him to win, but we were hoping anything can happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't confident before that game. I would have taken a draw. I said that to any Arsenal fan I spoke to the week up to the game.
Well, it seems like for a while now we never really go to the Emirates and turn up.
We've only won once there since they moved.
Yeah, it sticks in my mind when you.
We won that Garland Cup, Carabao Cup game. So
in the league, I meant. Yeah, we've won that one as well.
But we always seem to go there in the league and get turned over. Like the one where Gunduzi was hanging out the car window. And that night, that always sticks in my mind when
Didn't they beat us 4-1 or 4-2, like 2-3
it was like
seasons in a row?
was it Torreira? Torreira banged a goal. I remember him celebrating, and there
But
was like talking
like last. Sometimes we kind of get a goal. It looked like it could go anywhere and then maybe crumble. Yesterday, it was crumbled before our oven.
We just went straight to the crumble, innit?
Yeah, there was no in between. It was just, and you just knew it's like, I think it was the third one, Saka, when Kane tried to do something in the box, dropped,
tried to slide him in it, and
run all the way
back,
and then it's like, if you just stood up there, that would not happen. But
it was Kane that lost the ball up the other end, wasn't it? Tried to do one drag back or something, and just fell over.
It's for a couple of the goals, isn't it? They were picking him out at half time. Souness was saying, like, you defend from the front, you go up. Like, he was questioning whether he's actually really, his heart is in it, kind of thing. But
if you went back to August now, knowing what's happening, and Man City came in with 120 million, are you selling Kane?
I'm still not selling him. I don't think Kane's our problem.
No, but do you not that money would help rebuild? And he doesn't want to. You know, he doesn't want to be there.
We had the money, man. We just haven't bought the right players.
No, but we
haven't really had the money. I don't think.
Kane knows he don't want to be there.
Well, how much did we spend on Dele? If we bought Bruno Fernandes, we wouldn't be in this position. Do you know what I mean? Like, how much did we spend on Gio?
Fernandes wanted a little bit more wages. There was stuff like that where we always, as we did with Grealish.
We spent £40 million plus on Sanchez. He ain't that good. Like we've had the money, we've just bought wrong. I don't think Kane's the problem. If Kane supplied, Kane scores goals. We all know this. Kane's pulling so deep.
We haven't bought players to supply Kane.
But that's not Kane's fault. You can't sell Kane and then buy the player to supply no one.
Yeah, but I agree. I hear what you're saying. But in hindsight, we're going to lose Kane soon.
In hindsight, we shouldn't have bought Dele or Gio. We should have bought a proper player.
We're going to lose him for no money or something dirt cheap. And then we won't even be able to buy it at all. Like, I personally think if Man City came in right, because Kane can't save us. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, looking at the team, Kane can't.
Yeah, it's a bigger project now that needs to go on.
Yeah, but if you get one decent midfielder that supplies Kane or Lucas or Son or Bergwijn, possibly not Bergwijn, but the other three.
One decent midfielder. We need
just need a bit of creativity, man.
Bergwijn gets double figures this season. I'll be shocked.
Do you think as well that Nuno would have been strong enough to, say, for instance, we had a full squad, no injuries? Do you think he would have stuck with the same team that he put out at the start of the season with like Bergwijn, Son, Lucas as the three forwards, Skip, or do you think he would have buckled under pressure?
Kane's starting every game.
Yeah,
that's
yeah. Because I was thinking,
there's nothing wrong with that. Kane should be starting every game. Do you disagree?
No, but his performances, Paul. The thing is, if you're playing poor, you need to be told you're playing poor and taken off and be like, you ain't played well today. You know what I'm trying to say? He can play as crap as he wants. Not saying he's trying on purpose, but he knows he ain't coming off.
He's that guy that plays himself into form, isn't it? You don't leave him off for 2 games and he comes on and plays well. He's one of them slow burners.
No, you can say that, Paul, but I'm just saying in a match, if you're having a bad day playing, no matter how good you are, if the touch is wrong, you know what I mean? We've all had like bad games. Sometimes the manager's got to say, just come off. You know what I mean? Just let him know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just think Kane on the pitch is better than Kane on the bench for us. Like, he doesn't need to have a good game to score 1 or 2 goals. We know he can just score. He's that guy.
Yeah, but if you play anyone long enough, they will score. This is my whole point. It's like I always said.
We tried that with Soldado, a man like that. They didn't score.
No, but Kane, there's times Kane's gone with 4 or 5 games without scoring. You know that. He has gone barren run. But because it's Kane, no one says nothing. If you buy a new striker, he doesn't score in the first 4 games. Now look at Tino Werner, the prime example for Chelsea. Is he a bad striker, Paul?
No, I like him. He's decent.
But he doesn't, you know what I mean? If he played 90 minutes, like how Kane does, he eventually is going to score eventually again. And that's what I'm trying to say. He gets dragged off because Chelsea will just go ruthless. You're not playing well, you come
Chelsea have got players to bring in. They've got Havertz, they've got Lukaku. We ain't got that.
I know, but at the same time, if you're not playing well, sometimes the manager's got to let you know you're not playing well.
Yeah, but what's the option? Bring on Dane Scarlett. It's not fair on him to say go on and replace Harry Kane.
Just give him a try.
No, but as I was saying, like the start of the season, the City game, it worked well for us. Having them three, it seemed like the counter-attack, it was working really well having us like that. I think if Kane was playing in that game without obviously you've got to say without all the media attention about him going to City, but if he was just in that game as normal, would we have played as well? Would we have been as effective as a team?
I don't know, man. So your argument now is we're better without Kane.
No, it's not better.
No. I'm saying if you judge the performances, but it's so early in the season. If you judge the 6 games that we played so far, we have been more effective without him than we have with him.
Because I swear he didn't start Wolves.
Unless you're going to judge the Europa game where he come on and bang 2 against bang 2 quickly against the Farmers or whatever. Other than that, when you think like the first 3 games of the season is where we were firing, where we looked like we had a bit of team spirit, looked like we had players playing for each other.
I mean, let's be honest, we haven't ever been firing this season. We can't say that.
I don't mean firing, but we
won 3 games 1-0. 2 of those we didn't even deserve to win.
But did we say, for instance, the City game, we were attacking for 90 minutes. We were actually trying to score for 90 minutes. And we were saying, I think I said to you, it's nice to actually go 1-0 up and still try and keep scoring goals. We're under Jose, we go 1-0 up and we'd shut up shop.
Yeah, we didn't sit back against City. I know what you're trying to say, bro.
We were always trying to get another. We weren't just sitting there thinking,
but you can't say now by bringing on the best striker in the Premier League, we've stopped trying to score goals.
No,
I'm saying it changes the dynamic of the side. It changes the system.
And when a striker's not in form, what do? You
play him into full minute. You keep faith in him.
He's
like the second, third best striker in Europe, man. I can't believe we're having a debate about dropping Harry Kane.
No, but
if he's fit, he plays.
The start of the season, Kane has not played well. Agree?
Yeah, 100%.
But on form right now, and Antonio's better than Kane. Let's be honest.
Probably. Yeah, probably is.
This is what I'm trying to say. So it's like, next 4 games now. If he still plays bad, Paul, are you going to say, well, we should play him still?
Yeah, it's Harry Kane, man.
So does that work the same for Dele Alli? When Poch was
but Dele Alli's not Harry Kane, is he? He's not
when he was playing him into form throughout the whole 2018, the first season at the Lane, and I was shouting in your ear, sitting next to you in the stadium every day, saying, "Why has he not been subbed off?" And I think you agreed with me at one point. It got to a point where you was like, "Yeah, you know what? He is really taking a mick now," kind of thing. You can't play sometimes they can't play into form.
Yeah, but sometimes we can replace Dele. We can put this Brian.
Okay, so what if on Sunday now, Nuno goes, you know what? I'm going to put Son up top. I'm going to put Moura right, Bergwijn left. Are you going to be, what are you doing? Are you mad? No, you're not.
No, but if he starts Kane, I'm not going to say why is he starting Kane either.
Yeah, exactly. But so there are other options. Say we play that. He goes, I'm going to play that team on Sunday, and you're not going to be like, oh, why wasn't Kane playing? Or you're going to be like, okay, he's trying something different, and we might win. Same way when he weren't available for City, we just dealt with it, and that's what I'm trying to say. Obviously,
the team as a whole. Obviously, we've only got 6 games to base that off, but the team as a whole under Nuno, they were our best performances. So you've got to look at that and think, why was it our best performances? Why were people playing for each other? Like the Arsenal game, for instance, as well. There's no coincidence that Skip played in that City game with Holberg, and they played well. And then the Arsenal game, Holberg was a bit lost in the first half. Skip come on, and they both played quite well in the second half, even though Arsenal might have let off a little bit, but the structure was there, the play was there. So you've got to say to yourself, is it Skip that he's missing? Is it that partnership that he was missing there? And should he play them next time? You get what I mean? Like,
I thought Skip played well this season so far.
He's done well. Like when he comes, he's done well. I think I thought, why was he? Obviously, you can see what he was trying to do yesterday, but so far we have played better with Skip in that central midfield, and it showed again yesterday that Holberg had a much better second half than he did first half, and he was in the right positions because Skip allowed him to play that role.
What he should have done, looking back now, would not have started Dele, put Skip and Holberg in there, and just pushed in Dembele further up.
Yeah. That would. Yeah. Obviously, we need a crystal ball.
We'd have had a midfield. We'd have had a midfield.
Yeah, but we literally
didn't have a midfield.
No, no.
Yeah.
You see so many freeze frames of the game where they're literally just walking from attack to our box, and there's not one challenge. There's not one body in the middle.
Because Dele and Mora are more going to be attacking players. Son and you know what I mean? It was.
Yeah.
And then we know Ndombele's defensive duties as a midfielder is slacking already. So you just had Holberg there. So it's like, where's the protection? So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think he got it wrong, didn't he? Nuno, and he said himself, he said he's made mistakes with the lineup and stuff like that, decisions that were made. I think you can see now he did make a few wrong decisions with that lineup. But if we got a result, we'd all be saying Nuno done it right. So
we're all going on Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday should be
Thursday.
Thursday should be a win. Thursday should be, you know what I mean? 2-0, 3-0 win.
Who we playing again?
That NS Mora.
It's a restaurant, ain't it? In new restaurant in West End, isn't it? That Salt Bay or whatever.
If we don't win on Thursday, but we will win. That's it. So look a bit confident.
If we don't, say the worst happens, do you think the fans will start turning Nuno out?
No, that'll be on Sunday.
I'm not on that. I'm still
on Sunday.
I think it'll be more directed at the ball again. A bit like, remember the Villa game at the end of last season? And it was sort of like it was the ball and Levy. It wasn't anything to do with Mason. It wasn't anything to do with the players. It was strictly the ball and Levy.
Yeah, but Levy was on the M1 going home, and we were in the stadium chanting his name. He didn't give his toss, man.
No, but he did actually, because it made him come out and do a lot of interviews, which he never usually does. Usually he keeps quiet, he gets his money, he does whatever he does. He turns his back on the fans.
Summer, for the majority of summer, we had no manager to do that for him.
Yeah, I know, but after that Villa game, he did come out and do some things and say some stuff in the public where he was a bit. I think they were saying he was upset because of the abuse that he was getting during that game. Because it was literally, wasn't it?
It came out 2 days before season ticket renewal. Told us we were going to get an attacking manager and play some good shit. So we all renewed, and then what did he do?
Now we've got.
He dropped Conte on his head, left that deal in the water.
We got a 6 option. That was on his list.
But do you think Nuno feels that? Because obviously he knows he wasn't first choice.
Of course he knows. Of course he knows he's not first choice. Of course he knows.
Do you think it's affecting him though?
No, because I think anyone who takes over the squad pool, there's not that much quality there. You
don't always need quality. Like, sometimes you just need a bit of commitment and a bit of fucking desire.
And I agree. And even in the last 2 years, this squad was showing it's like that.
Yeah.
It's going to take this.
Since Poch, we've lacked that desire.
But even Poch, the last
year,
record, we were bad. We were losing, drawing games that even though we got the Champions League final, that last from January to end of season.
Yeah, from January when we sold Dele. And
we never replaced him.
Yeah, and we're still suffering.
I just think the squad we're trying to get that rebuild, didn't we? And it's gonna take time. We can't just buy 2-3 players, go back to top 4. It's not gonna work. Right. So that's why I'm just at the moment I'm just thinking I'm not putting too much pressure on him. I'm not putting too much pressure on the team. I'm just gonna say, let's see what happens. And like I said, my prediction now, if we got in the top 6, I think that's a great season. But I'm not honestly
looking at that now. It would be
top 8.
Yeah.
So, like I said, the top 4's obviously taken. I think it's gonna be them: Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Man United. Then it's gonna be hard to see it. West Ham. You know what I mean? Everton's doing well.
Leicester are not doing well, but they're a good team.
Yeah. And then even Arsenal will probably be around the same with us.
And Villa, yeah.
We should not be on the same level as Villa. That's good.
Well, we'll see on Sunday, won't we?
If we go to them levels, then it'll be interesting.
And I'm just checking the score. If Brighton won tonight, they could have gone top, and Potter would have been top of the league, but they're losing 1-0, so we don't have to worry about it.
Remember when everyone was like, Potter? No, we don't want Potter.
You said you'd rather have Harry Potter, I think. He actually said it on the podcast.
He can magic up something.
It's true.
I would just be right now. I would just love a manager to. I would love for Nuno to come out and say, you know what, this ain't working. I'm gonna go attacking, go and give. That's all we want. We just want a team to have a go. Like we
But
know
do
in
you think-
football,
Yeah,
there's
because
got
we ain't got
tactically,
time
there's
to
got to
go
be
into
thing.
the whole
No,
game. But Chelsea game, first half, one of the most
We look
attacking
good.
lineouts he's put, and we
Yeah.
actually played well for the first half.
we played well. They was popping it around, and we looked like we were controlling it. Lukaku didn't. He had a couple sniffs, like where he turned Dyer once or twice, but not on the fact where you thought, oh damn, he's gonna like run the show, and that was gonna happen in the
And
second
then
half.
what happened second half? We conceded one goal, heads dropped, and it's the same old before Poch. Oh, soft Tottenham, one goal, they crumble, no resilience, and it went back to that.
Yeah. Do you also think as well? Once again, I don't want to sound like I'm digging out Dele all the time, but like obviously Nuno said after the game, he basically put it on Dele, didn't he? He said that there's players out there that didn't implement his game plan. I've felt that that's been happening with certain players in the squad, i.e., we could say Dele, for years now. So maybe the reason why we're getting these same performances is because that's all we're going to get from these players.
That's no, what you're saying is totally true. But one player I want to see on the team sheet every starting now is Brian Gill.
Exactly.
He should be the first name on that team sheet or in the top. Like I want to see him start every game. None of this coming off the bench because he tries. And
He's
He makes runs, doesn't it? He's got a good attitude that way.
Yeah, because he's young. He's Spanish. He wants to get in there, get on the ball. Let him get in there.
I think it was the European night, me and Ross went, and he made about 20, 30 runs. He was never found, but he didn't stop making that run. And all it needs is someone to start having a bit of confidence and playing that ball over the top for him or playing it inside. And he's there. I agree. He's good for us.
And as you said, it's the key word, the attitude. He was trying
100%.
to implement his game. And whereas you say the body language of other players, i.e. Tanguy, Dele, we've seen too often now where it's strolling around, not really tracking back as much. If the ball don't go, little lazy passes. That's another thing that's been happening recently with Dele. You see Tanguy, I think it's rubbing off on him. Tanguy would do like a little roll. He'll roll the ball and do a little tiki-taka kind of play and knock it through. And you'll see Dele do the same kind of pass and give the ball away.
Yeah.
But that's not his game.
Does anyone
Dele's
think
game
we're
is not
missing
his
Eric
game.
Lamela?
Huh?
Does anyone think we're missing Eric Lamela? Because he had a
We're
good
missing
attitude.
he's
fighting that, but he's had his time.
But I think Hill will be similar to Lamela in terms of what he gives to the side, the energy, the runs, the effort.
Yeah,
That's
no, he looks good.
he's got the same kind of spirit on the pitch. Like he's always
Surely
going to
he'll
be
start
trying.
Thursday, right?
Yeah, you would assume so.
Yeah.
He needs the minutes. He needs the minutes, and when you think
Romero needs to start Thursday as well.
Yeah. Here's another one that looks good that hasn't really kicked off for us yet.
But why hasn't he kicked off? This is what I don't get. He has been playing well. Every time he's played well.
And when he went to Argentina, he started, but for us, he doesn't start. I don't know why.
Skip was playing well. Brian Hill has played well every time he's come on and he's been like, he hasn't set it alight, but you can see he's there. So why are these players not in the squad?
It sounded like I said Drew Hill. He said,
A little bit of Cisco in the middle, and
we need to be playing off of merit, not off of names, kind of thing.
But I think that's what he did on Sunday's team. Like I think who said it on the Sky Sports? They said no new signings were in the team.
Yeah, they're all on the bench.
He's picked everyone who's played in a derby before, knows what it's about, and I think maybe he just looked and thought, you know what, I can't even trust these on there. So
yeah. Well, I think we wrap it up. We're all depressed enough now. We're gonna roll on to Thursday night. Hopefully 3 points there, and then Sunday Villa at home in the Premier League. Hopefully we get the points there as well.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, good. We'll see you lot soon, and hopefully by the end of the week we'll have another one out.
Nice one.
Cool.